Okay, hello friends. I'm so excited that you guys are hopping on. I cannot believe this year is almost over. My name is Erin Tweed. For those of you that don't know me, I've been doing this business for 6.5 years, which is absolutely insane in the fact that I can't believe it's been 6.5 years. And, drop a one in the chat if you guys were excited about some of yesterday's announcements. And I know some of you guys joined today. So you're probably like, I don't know all the things. I'm going to go over a few things that pertain to Emerald and why you want to do that. But I am so hyped. Who's already ordered? Drop a two in the chat if you've already ordered your gummies. Like, ooh, I'm so hyped. I cannot wait for them to get here. Now we're in the gummy business, and I think that that's super amazing. I ordered three too, and then I ordered some more on my husband's account on our auto shipments. I'm like, I don't want to run out. Like, I want to make sure that I have all that goodness. So we're going to give a lot of amazing details tonight. So grab a pen, paper. I've got some other ladies that are on with me. So first and foremost, I am just going to talk about so my journey to Emerald. I actually went Ruby and then actually skipped Emerald and went to Diamond. So isn't this a cool thing when you guys hear about some of those different bonuses and things that are going on? You don't just have to stop at Emerald. You can keep going, right? And attach some of the other things along to it. So, everybody's journey is different. So whether you just got started or you want to work towards that. I went Diamond in 4 months. So I know that anybody, and I know there's people that have done it even faster or had even different journeys too, right? Because there's so many things that are going on. But I'm proud of you guys for making the commitment and the decision to hop on this tonight because it's going to be absolutely amazing and powerful. So I'm going to share my screen real quick and then I will let some of the other ladies just share tips on how they got to Emerald. But I think that this part is super important. So you guys are going to see me share my screen real quickly. And I am, nod your heads too if you guys can see this steps to success. I just want to make sure. Okay, because sometimes my little bubbles go away and I want to make sure. Let me check the meeting room real quick. There we go. Okay, so if you are brand new in this business, like Cami said, I think it was on like one of our leadership calls, she's like, you've got to get bored with talking about the steps to success. But if you're just getting started, like I remember getting started and my sponsor, Alyssa, said, this is what you got to do. And so if you're looking for, okay, what in the heck should my goal be each and every single month? Right here it is, steps to success, okay? You want to make this your goal. You can fill it out once, you can fill it out multiple times, but make this to be your minimum goal. So if you just got started, obviously one of your first perks of getting started is getting those first 6 customers. And I know I'm going to talk about some newbie stuff, but this is also going to pertain so that way you guys get the visual and the big picture for Emerald, okay? So you can find this document in your eSuite, which is your back office. If you're not exactly sure, maybe you just got started, this is a perfect time to go back to your sponsor and say, okay, show me how to get to this website. In the document library, type steps and you'll find this. So first goal, if you've just gotten started, is going to be to get your first 6 customers, okay? That unlocks a $150 shopping spree, which, I mean, who doesn't? Drop a 3 in the chat if you're like, oh my God, I cannot wait to, you need to stock up on all the gummies, okay, with your $150 shopping spree. So drop that in the chat. But this is the cool thing. The company already does that. This is going to qualify you for the bonus that we're going to talk about in just a minute. As far as going Emerald, you have to have your own 6 customers, okay? I would encourage you to, go, you can read the official rules and things of that nature, but this is going to be super helpful for y'all. So make it your goal, 6 customers. And then, oops, I didn't mean to start editing it, and then go Ruby, okay? So every single month, our goal is I want you to put 6 customers and 3 DTs. Type that out in the chat. So the more times that you write it, even if you write it down in your notes, the more times that you're actually writing it, a lot of times our brains tend to absorb that information. So if you're like, okay, I need to know exactly what to do, this is it. You're going to go after your steps to success. You're going to do whatever it takes to get those 6 customers, whatever it takes to get those 3 distributors. And now is a perfect time, right? We've got maybe 6,000 or so codes left there. It's actually probably less. I don't know. But this is a perfect time. Even if you just got started, say, hey girl, like I'm making some extra income. I can't wait to do this. Do you want to partner with me? You can join now for $39. Like, do not wait to start signing people until you feel like you have success. Okay. You don't have to wait at all. You can immediately start offering the business. I've been in for 6.5 years, y'all. And this is our boom season. This is the crazy time. The two biggest New Year's resolutions are obviously one, to make extra income, and two, to like lose weight or get healthier. It never fails. And guess what? We have a business and products that offer and can help with both. Okay. So the third step is getting those 3 distributors. You want to make sure that you're doing that. I'm showing you this because this is when we talk about the bonus. So you guys are going to I'm going to stop sharing my screen for just a second. I'm going to repeat a few of the little rank up bonuses. Okay. So any new distributor that joined December 29th through February 28th, you will be eligible for a $300 Ruby bonus. So that's why you want to go Ruby. So you can not only hit this, but the title of the Zoom is obviously Emerging to Emerald, because you can stack these different things on. Okay. So you don't have to just stop at Ruby and get the $300 Ruby bonus. No, drop a 4 in the chat if you're like, no, I'm claiming that $5,000 Emerald bonus, right? So brand new distributors who enrolled December 29th through February 28th. So all of February, you have the time to go and get the Ruby bonus. But you can also go Emerald in your first 2 full calendar months. So this is the cool thing about our promotion. Since this isn't a full calendar month, it's December 29th, this would not be considered a full calendar month. So you'd have all of January and all of February. You don't have to worry about on a certain date in that. Okay. So that's the cool thing about this. Now, let's say if you have somebody that signs up, January 2nd, they're going to have all of January because that's the second of the month, all of February and all of March, because February and March will be their 2 full calendar months. Okay. So that's going to be a hot day for enrolling people too. So go Emerald in those first 2 calendar months, you get a $5,000 bonus. Now, I'm super excited because I know some of you guys were putting it in the chat too. You've been in the business for a little bit, or maybe you haven't achieved that goal that you've been wanting to do. Any existing distributor has into first time Emerald rank between January 1st and February 28th, you can earn that $5,000 bonus. So we're all going to be earning $5,000 bonuses, right? And then we heard some of the different stack it bonuses and things of that nature. So here's the thing. You just want to make it and run. So I'm going to share my screen one more time, and then we're going to talk a little bit about mindset, and Bree is going to talk about that. But I want you guys, if you go back, I started just pulling it up. If you go back to when I talked about that steps to success and we talked about going Ruby, let's say this first month you're like, okay, I need to really get charted for Ruby. That's going to be my goal. I want y'all to look at this chart. Do you see that there's 2 Rubies? So you can make January your Ruby goal and February could be that second Ruby. So if you're filling out your steps to success, you are going to fill this chart. Does that make sense? Is anybody's mind just blown? Drop a 5 in the chat if your mind was just blown, thinking about how crazy simple that can be. Now, obviously, it's going to take work, and it's going to take grit, and it's going to take, talking to more people than you've probably ever done. And it's going to, take putting yourself out there. But that's how simple this can be, is literally just duplicating. So you're going to focus on signing your 3 distributors right here. You teach them to do the same thing, and then you're going to work on it the next month, because that's what you can do. So this just gives you the visual. Now we're going to talk about some tips on how to get to Emerald, but I just wanted to give you guys that, if you're sitting there and you're like, I know, like I'm all hyped and everything, because we know that the mindset of getting off the call and the adrenaline, and then now you're like, oh, I'm nervous if I can actually do that. I promise you can do this. When you look at that chart and you see, okay, it's just going to take me filling out my steps to success twice, and then I'm going to teach my team to do that. We're going to lock arms and we're going to do it together. That is the cool thing about this, is it's anybody's game, right? And who doesn't want to earn $5,000? So Bree, if you are on here, Bree Harris, if you want to go ahead and unmute and just introduce yourself real quick, and then if you just want to talk about the mindset, because obviously this is going to be a lot of work, and it's going to be doing something different. So talk about how you got yourself in that mindset to go Emerald.
Hey y'all, I'm Bree. I've been in the business for about 3 years, and my story is very different because I was very tried and tested in my journey to go Emerald. Just to let you guys know, I charted and went to Emerald and lost everything twice. And I'm going to tell you why, because I want to share something with you guys that I wish I've known sooner. And that is leadership. And last conference we had like so many great things going on, like always, like things are about to literally go boom. And one thing I wish I would have known then was to really hone in on who I was, believing that I can do this, and then also honing in on my leadership skills, because I was mass enrolling like crazy. And of course, when you mass enroll like crazy, you are stacking people. And when you're stacking people, you get overwhelmed a little bit because you have all these new people, you have your top line, and you assume that your top line is ready to lead, and they're not. My biggest mistake in my journey to Emerald was literally assuming my leaders, my top line, knew how to lead and not helping them pop rubies, as Morgan would say, pop rubies. When I heard that, I was like, dang, that's why I failed. Because I just assumed that they knew how to lead 3 days into this business. And because I saw myself getting Emerald and not helping them achieve their income goals. So what really helped me, one day I was talking to Taylor on the phone. Hey, Tate. And she told me about John Maxwell. I was like, everybody does John Maxwell. Like, what's so special about John Maxwell? Oh my God. And the book is $10. What successful people know about leadership changed my game in leadership. Now I am, the things that I'm telling you guys, I'm applying it to a new girl I enrolled, and she's mass enrolling like crazy, and she has that confidence. And not only does she believe that she is worthy of this promotion, now she's duplicating my leadership that I taught her to other people. It is what successful people know about leadership, and really honing in on that and staying close to the people that enrolled you, and also seeking help. It's okay to seek help from other people, especially when you're trying to get to a certain promotion or a certain rank. Ask people who've been there, ask people who've done that, and really just, guys, like, it's going to be hard, but nothing is impossible. Absolutely nothing in this business. I mean, this company is amazing. They show so much grace with, everyone. So just literally honing on your leadership, and don't be afraid to ask for help. That was one thing. I was very stubborn because I'm a red blue. I am extremely stubborn. I do not like asking for help. And if I would have asked for help with my leadership a little bit sooner, I would have literally popped rubies and not building them, because like as Morgan said, it's very different. So that's some of my tips.
I love it. And y'all, I'm sorry for those of you that maybe have team members. I did not realize that somehow my account went back to 100. So we are maxed out. So it's recorded. So if you have somebody that's messaging you, it's going to be fine. They will get this content. I don't know what happened, but it is what it is. So the other thing that I wanted to add to, like you said, with the mindset, is just making that decision. And I always kind of joke that when I started this, some people were like, what did you do? I literally feel like I blacked out to ambassador, but I was just so focused on, I'm going to do whatever it's going to take. I don't care what it's going to take, but I'm going to do whatever it is to just get that goal done. Like, I knew I wanted to hit diamond because I was like, $2,000 extra a month. Hey, that's a heck of a lot of money. All of a sudden I saw the potential, and I was like, oh my gosh, like there was just so much going on that I'm like, what in the world? There's so much opportunity. And so once I caught the vision and things, so some of you guys are brand new and you're like, oh my gosh, I don't know what. That the best thing is you have a team that's going to support you. We're all here to help guide you and have that success. And like Bree said, the most important part is, hey, I want to, you don't want to just help yourself. You want to help people along the way. So when you look at, bringing, filling in those Ruby charts, it's going to be about, who can I partner with that's looking for extra money? Who can I partner with that, is sick and tired of being sick and tired? Start thinking that you have a story to tell, whether you just got started or you've been in for 6.5 years. You can help change somebody's life because somebody else different than I do. And the thing is that you may be like, I'm brand new. Hey, guess what? You guys have us as mentors. That's why we're getting you on these trainings, to help you see the success and see what's happening. So I want everybody right now to just drop in the chat. I want you to say some type of word of affirmation. Okay. So I am worthy. I am capable of hitting diamond. I am hitting diamond, or I am hitting emerald. I'm speaking all these things above and beyond what you guys are going for. I want you to drop some type of word of affirmation, whether you just got started. I am emerald and I am earning that $5,000 bonus, whatever it is. So Tay, I'm going to have you hop on because I know you wanted to add something real quick. So if you just want to introduce yourself and then also share a tip on how can they go Emerald? How can they make this happen?
Hey guys. Okay, my name is Taylor Kaufman. I'm a Presidential Diamond. I've been with the company for 5.5 years now. I'm a retired nurse. I do this full time, and I wanted to share a little bit about my journey to Emerald. Okay, it looks a little bit different than Aaron's. I got started and I went Ruby in 3 months, and then I sat at distributor level for almost a total of 4 months after I went Ruby. Okay, so I promoted to Ruby. My team quit, people dropped off, customers stopped ordering, I stopped enrolling, and I sat at distributor level for months, okay? And January of 2016, I was paid as a distributor, and my paycheck was $170, okay? I made the decision, okay? I made the decision that I can't stay here, okay? If there's anyone on here that is struggling financially, drop a 7 in the chat. I don't even know what number we're on, but drop a 7. If you're struggling financially right now in your life, outside of this business, with whatever income is coming in or isn't coming in, know that you have got to move. You can't stay there, okay? And the only way that you're gonna move from where you're at is if you get uncomfortable with where you're at. And there might be some of you on here that have been comfortably struggling your whole life. If that's you, I feel you, okay? You've always lived paycheck to paycheck. You've always had debt. You've always not barely had enough. You've always just made it by, and that is your normal. Listen, I've been there, and I decided January of 2016 that I was done. I was so done being where I was. I was tired of putting everything on credit cards. I was tired of literally telling my husband no. I was tired of telling my kid no. I was tired. Is there anyone on here who's tired? Okay. So if you're tired, I want you, when you get off this Zoom, to make the decision just like I did and decide that in 2 months from now, you're going to go Emerald and you're going to make it happen, because that's what happened to me. I decided in January of 2016, I am going Emerald. I have to make this work. When I turned this business into like I have to make this work, like this is a must, like I must promote, not just like, oh, it would be cool if I promoted. No, I was like, I have to go Emerald and get this bonus, because there was a bonus back then. And I went from distributor level to Emerald in 2 months, you guys. And that next month, I went Diamond, okay? I went from $100 paycheck to over a $3,000 paycheck in 3 months. And that's what's possible in this business when you just make the decision. You just decide, I'm gonna go all in. I'm gonna do what they tell me to do, right? Because for so many months of my business, the first 6 months of my business, I was playing small. I was doing the bare minimum. I wasn't talking to enough people. I wasn't being consistent. And when I made the decision to be consistent, show up for my business every day, post about it, be excited about it, talk to a ton of people, and put my goals and my dreams out there. I was telling people I was going Diamond when I was a distributor level. I was like, I'm going Diamond, I'm doing it, I'm going Diamond, and I did it. And I want you to know, when you get off the Zoom, you can freaking do it too, okay? You can do it too. You just have to decide that you're worth it, that your kids are worth it, that your why is worth it, and just make the decision and just run towards it, ask for help along the way, and just go for it, because that's literally what I did. And if I can do it in 2 months, you can freaking do it too. That's all I wanted to add.
I love it.
I don't know if those were tips, but
Hey,
it's literally a decision. That's literally what it is. This is like a mindset. This business is 80% mindset, 20% skill.
yes. Well, and I think too, it is so important to just make, like I said, I just blacked out going to Ambassador, and it wasn't that I didn't know what I was doing. I was just willing to do whatever it was going to take, because when I was so tired of missing moments with my son. I was so tired of working 50 to 60 hours a week sometimes, and still struggling. Like, how in the heck, I did all the things that I was supposed to do, and we are still struggling to pay for childcare. But it's like, you want to do the best for your kids, but then it still wasn't enough, and there wasn't enough time in the day. And I was so just tired of spinning my wheels. And so just make that commitment and that decision. You guys have the roadmap. You know exactly what that chart looks like. You know what it's going to do. And like we said, it's going to be talking to more people. I hate to call them sacrifices, but here's the thing. I want you guys to think about maybe it's waking up 15 to 30 minutes earlier than you normally do, because you can send out some more messages. And I know for those of you that just got started, like, oh my God, I promise you it's going to be worth it. Because I would, wake up a little bit earlier and I would go to bed and, pre-planning some of my stuff. I would work, as I'm walking to and from seeing my patients and different things, but it was worth sending out all those messages. It was worth doing the phone calls, on my drive home, from plugging in whatever I could, because now we've been at home for 5.5 years. Now that I know that some of you guys are just getting started and you're like, oh my gosh, that seems crazy to think. I started for just the 500 extra. And then immediately once I caught the vision and was like, oh my gosh, it means I just have to talk to more people. It just means I have to talk about our products more. It just means that I have to, have those conversations, post more to my story, do TikTok or Reels or whatever it is, to just get out of your comfort zone a little bit. I promise you. And this is the perfect time to just make that commitment, because there's people are coming out of the woodwork, especially for these gummies. I'm not kidding. People are like, okay, like what? People that have been in for, or, been looking at products for a hot minute, all of a sudden now they're joining because they want to be a part of this. So Courtney, I'm going to come over to you real quick. And if you'll just introduce yourself and, share a tip on going Emerald and how you did that.
Yes. Hey guys, I'm Courtney Williams, Courtney Wagner, whatever you see me on social media. I am a triple diamond. I've been in the business for 4 years in May. This coming May will be 4 years. And so it's funny because when the Emerald bonus came out, it almost gave me like a flashback, because we've done $5,000 Emerald bonuses before. And it almost brings me back to the same exact moment that I was sitting in conference, the very first time I'd ever been to conference, and they announced it. And some of you might have thought the same thing when they announced it yesterday. I was sitting there, and just to kind of tell a little glimpse of my story, I joined in May and I went executive within 2 months, and then I sat at executive for 7 or 8 months. And then I actually dropped back down to distributor in December of 2017, got back to executive in January 2018. And then I went from executive to Emerald in that February, that next month, because of conference, because that's the time that they announced it. And so I was literally sitting in conference, and I had heard that they had Ruby bonuses before. And so I was sitting there I was like, I'm going to be executive. I was executive in January. If they just come out with a Ruby bonus, I have that in the bag. I'm so close. And then they announced the Emerald bonus instead. So if you're sitting here as a distributor or an executive thinking it's just too far, I had that same thought of I was really hoping for a Ruby bonus because it would be easy, but then they came out with this, and I was like, okay, I have two options. I can either sit here and not promote at all because I'm getting in my head about it. I can just promote to Ruby like I was planning on, even though it would be super easy for me, or I can just suck it up and go Emerald and skip Ruby. And so that's what I ended up doing. And I remember sitting on the plane coming home from conference, because during the whole time I kind of had mixed feelings. I was like, I'm so mad, this is dumb, I'm not going to get it, I'm not going to hit it. And then the whole time everybody was talking about, what are you going to spend your $5,000 on, kind of dreaming it into us as we were there. And then on the flight home, I remember getting out my Emerald chart, and it was 90% empty as I was, getting paid as executive. And I just said, you know what, I'm just going to do it. And so I charted out the people that I had, I worked with those people, and then I got to work and I made it happen. And I ended up, like I said, going from executive to Emerald that month, diamond the next month, and double diamond 2 months later. So literally from I think it was $240 paycheck in January to a double diamond paycheck, which you can go look at the disclosure statement and kind of see what that average is. But you guys, that's a huge freaking raise. And just that 1 month that I promoted in February to Emerald was an $800 raise. And here I was barely maintaining executive. And so that was huge. And honestly, some people are like, how did you do it? How did you have that mind shift? I think it's just a decision. And like I said, I kind of muddled with it for a while, and it wasn't an instant they announced it and I was in. I kind of had to talk myself through some things of you can't do it. Okay, maybe I can, maybe I can't. They're telling me I can, but I don't believe it. And I kind of had to work through some things myself to truly be able to be like, okay, whatever, I'm just going to freaking do it. And once I made that decision, that's when everything else lined up. And like Erin said, there's a lot of people during promotions that say like, I don't know how it happened, it just did. It doesn't mean that they weren't working for it and it just magically appeared. It just means that, like she said, you're so committed to it that you're not thinking of anything else. And you're repeating that in your head. I am Emerald, I am Emerald, I am Emerald, to where you're not thinking about anything else. And once you tell your mind that so many times, your mind doesn't think about, can I do it or can I not? Your mind thinks of, you're saying I'm Emerald, so how am I going to do that? And I swear you come up with the most creative things during promotion months, because your mind is thinking in a different way of like, is this going to work or not? And it's thinking in a way of, it's going to happen no matter what. Now, what things are you going to implement and what things are you willing to do to actually get that result? So that's kind of my story, but I think the most important thing is just being consistent and dedicated and making that first decision of, not kind of being half in or half out, like maybe I can go Emerald, but if I don't, that's okay. But really committing and saying this is going to happen, and then implementing those things. And like Erin said, we talk about sacrifices and things like that. Promotion months don't have to be like you never sleep, you don't do anything except for be on your phone. That's not what we mean. But you're going to have to put more into it than you would just a normal month. But it's going to be worth it, because when I got that $800, increase in my paycheck, never once do I look back on a promotion month and be like, dang it, I wish I would have got more sleep. I wish I would have sat and watched Netflix every day. I wish I would have, do all those things. I was so excited that I got myself to where I wanted to be that I didn't care about any of that. And so it's worth it. It's just, you have to make that priority and commitment, and then it'll all fall into place, and you'll understand what we mean by, we don't know how it happened, it just did, because you're doing all the things and the results are following that.
Yes, I love it. And I think too, somebody was talking about, empty charts. And if you're brand new, you're like, oh my gosh, I'm overwhelmed. I want you to think about it like this, like 9 distributors is what it takes to fill out that chart completely so essentially 2 steps to success, a little bit more once you're teaching your team. But think about it like this. Once I started making the shift in my mind to think about, I've got to get my steps to success. You're not getting people, okay? We're not getting people. We're in the business of helping people. We're in the business of helping them make extra money. We're helping them get started. So maybe you just got started today, and I want you to think about, okay, what was it that she said or he said that made me say yes to the business? Now I want to go and do that for other people. I want to help them see that perspective. I had a girl that joined today, and her sweet little fiance messaged me, and he said, I'm really excited because I just saw the look on her face when she started talking about the potential for this opportunity. And so thank you so much. And I was like, oh my gosh, like not only is that potentially going to impact their life, and she'll probably watch this recording, but then, to see her fiance come and message me and say that it's, just something like that where he's, supporting and all that, it was just a bigger picture. And I was like, oh my gosh, this business isn't about just signing people up to sign them up. We want to help them truly succeed. We don't want to just, obviously, yes, it's amazing to get your steps to success filled, but start making that mindset shift of, you're not getting people, you're helping people. Who can I help today? Who can I tell my story to that might be impacted? Start thinking of that one person that you might relate, because again, each of our stories are different. There's something special and unique about you that somebody needs to hear your story. And the minute that I started thinking about that too, sometimes you might be like, well, I don't have a story, I always think, like, what if you were that one person that was meant to offer the opportunity, and you're sitting there on offering it, and you're robbing that person the potential to see success too. So take that pressure off yourself. It's not our job to make them say yes. It's our job to offer the opportunity. So go at it with that mindset. Okay, Gabby, I'm going to turn it over to you for a minute.
Hi, everybody. I'm so excited to be here. Oh my gosh, these type of trainings get me so hyped. Like, my palms are sweating. I'm so excited for all of you guys. And so my name's Gabby. I've been in the business in February, it'll be my 3 year. And I'm a triple diamond. And I am so excited about Emerald because, to be honest, you guys, that is the part of the business that separates the boys from the men. Okay? You can go Ruby by yourself. Let's be honest, like drop a 1 in the comments if you went Ruby by yourself. Okay. I definitely did that. But where and what Bree was saying, like how you have to develop yourself when it comes to leadership in this business, you guys, if you have enrolled one person, you are a leader. You don't have to have the ambassador status to be considered a leader. You don't have to be on these Zooms leading them to be a leader. You join this business, which you're bold, you're courageous, and that is one of the main characteristics of being a leader. Okay. So I want you to just get that out of your head that you're not worthy of having a team and you are worthy of a team. Okay. Because that's what slowed me down on the way to, so I actually skipped Emerald and I went straight to Diamond. So when Aaron said that, I was like, oh my gosh, yeah, just think bigger. It's totally possible to do that. And for the people that are kind of red, and when I say red, you guys are really like money focused and money hungry and just want to get there as fast as possible. I want to put things in perspective for you from what the jump was from when I first started, from going Ruby and then hitting Emerald and then going to Diamond as far as my paychecks go. Okay. And this isn't even including bonuses. So you guys, so I had a slower start in the business. So if you are starting now, do the things, okay? Post and do your KPIs and message people and be ignorance on fire. The worst thing anybody could ever tell you is no. Okay. And that's not going to kill you, because more people are going to tell you maybe and yes, and they're ever going to tell you no. Okay. We wouldn't be successful in this business. The only reason why we are is because we've heard no and we kept on moving on. Okay. So I had a slow start. I didn't go Ruby until I was 5 months in. Okay. So I hit Ruby status when I was 5 months in, and I looked at the Emerald chart and I was like, okay, how many lives do I have to change to be able to get there? How many lives do I have to change? And then I just started pouring my heart and my soul into my team. And that's what literally made the jump from Emerald to Diamond for me. It was just the momentum. It was just the belief. It was just me believing in this business and doing the things. And so I got paid in August of 2018 as a high paid Ruby at $800. Okay. Then the very next month, you guys, I made $2,394.15 in my commission. More than doubled my paycheck. Okay. And that's what just being consistent and doing the things can give you in this business. You literally write your own checks. And so I was ignorance on fire. I was yelling it and screaming it from the rooftops. I was going live every single day, like Taylor said, talking about how I was going Diamond. I didn't even know what Diamond really meant, to be honest. I was like, I'm just doing it. I'm going. I want $2,000 a month. This is what it's going to do for me in my situation, because you guys, I was living paycheck to paycheck, working 70 hours a week downtown Chicago, and I was a wreck. Like, I had no extra time. I made every excuse in the book before I joined this business, but as soon as I made the decision to join this business, you guys, you have to be all in. And I'm not saying work 8-hour shifts, okay, in this business. That's not what we do here. That's why we do something like this. And now that I work this full time, I can literally do a full day's work in 4 to 5 hours out of the day. And it's not sitting down at my desk. It's in the car. It's in the grocery store. It's voice messaging on my way to my parents' house and doing all of the things. And so I want you guys to have just this mindset around every time you pick up your phone, what are you doing for your business now? Because now that phone is making you money. This isn't a game anymore, okay? The social media scrolling, you're doing it now for a paycheck, okay? So I want you to have that mental shift of, okay, if I'm picking up my phone, I'm not going to get stuck in the scroll hole. I'm going to set a timer for 10 minutes and I'm going to send out host to post messages. 10 minutes. 10 minutes, you guys. I used to literally run to the bathroom. My boss probably thought I had like an issue, because I would sit in the bathroom and I would message and get and sign customers in the bathroom. Casey, yeah, it's just the way that it works, you guys. This works in the nooks and crannies of your day. And so instead of now grabbing your phone and scrolling TikTok and finding random puppy videos on Instagram, now you have income producing activities that are literally going to pay you. They're going to pay you. And so that is the first tip. And then I always tell my people who are joining in the season, the more questions that you ask, the quicker that you're going to get rich. So do not hesitate ever to ask a question. Don't ever hesitate to ask, what does this mean? Can you explain Ruby to me again? What does it take to get that $5,000 bonus? Like, how do I add people on Instagram and Facebook? You guys, there is no such thing as a stupid question. And the more questions that you ask, the more knowledge that you will acquire. And knowledge is king. We all started at start. I didn't even know how to put up an Instagram story when I started, y'all. Okay. So it's okay. It's okay to not know. You're not supposed to know. And that's what we're here for. The people that have done it, the people that enrolled you, they knew enough to have you come into this business, and you are trusting them now. So trust them with it all. Do it all with them. Don't count yourself out because you're scared, because you're hesitant, because you're already in. So you might as well just jump in with both feet. So that's all that I have.
I love it. Okay, so I saw in the chat that there's a comment. Somebody was asking, okay, but what exactly do you do? Every single Sunday night, y'all, we do a newbie training. But whether maybe you've been in the business for a little bit and you kind of fell off the wagon, you're like, how in the heck do I start? Because I really want to go after that bonus. Get on one of those every single Sunday night, because we literally just talk about the KPIs. Okay. And you guys are going to see that. I just posted it back in 2020 Focus. KPI is going to be your daily task list, your daily things to be doing. So if you're wondering, okay, what do I need to do to get there? Do that. Okay. Maybe you want to do it a little bit more. Maybe you want to post some more stories. Here's the cool thing. Taylor runs an entire Instagram page that throws up stories. I post things on my stories. The cool thing is you can hold it down and you can screenshot it. You can save it and you can post it to your story, and you don't have to be that clever, because that's what I do, right? I am not that creative, and I'm thankful that for creative people that like to make all those stories. God bless you, because it's not me. But you can get things done. Maybe it's, maybe one day is going to be busier than the other. You can stockpile some posts. You can stockpile some pictures. You can do those things. Okay. So Tay just dropped that Instagram. Go follow that. You can follow us on Instagram. We dropped our, I guess the cool word is handles. I'm just like your Insta name. I don't know. But we dropped those so you guys can go and follow us, and you can not necessarily mimic everything that we're doing, but it's getting you in that right mindset. It's giving you the right tools. You're saying, oh, I'm seeing her post all the time. I'm seeing her do these things. You're going to go and implement it in the right way on your page, right? Because that's what it's going to take. So the KPI, we break that down every single Sunday night in our newbie training. So maybe you're just looking for a refresher, go to the page. You can find them. You can go to my YouTube. They're on there, but we literally just break that down. It's the newbie. And if you're looking for specifics, and then what you're going to see is you're going to see a lot of other scripts and tools and things shared on 2020 Focus. And you might be like, okay, that's cool. Save the post or copy and save those into your notes. It doesn't mean you have to use it right then and right then and there, but you can utilize it at some point. It's just making that commitment. So we're not any different than any of you. It's just right now we've been in for a long time, right? And we've seen the different seasons of what you can do and going in the business. But I want you to hear the common thing when everybody, it doesn't matter how long you've been in, when they went Emerald or they went Ruby, it was all based on the decision to make that mindset shift to say, okay, I am worthy of having that paycheck. I am worthy of earning that bonus. I am worthy of having a team and being a leader and lifting up people in the way that they can also do this business and have success too. You're worthy of, leading people and giving them those potentials. And so, I want you to just make that commitment to yourself, whether your brand spanking new or you've been in for a little bit and you just haven't hit that rank yet. Now is the time. There's no better reason. There's no better time to just go after those things because you deserve it, and don't stop there. Don't stop there. Okay. I want you guys to keep going. But once you get the basic foundation of that Ruby, and then you multiply it and you duplicate and you teach your team, you're going to see that, oh, my Emerald chart fills that itself out. Oh, my Diamond chart is popping. Oh, I'm almost started for Double Diamond, because it's all about, like Bree said, making that decision, helping people do the same, teaching them to do the same, and then everybody's a leader together. And so that's the cool thing about this. So last thing I want you guys to do, I want you to pull your phones out, okay? And we're all going to do So turn your cameras on if you're not on, if you can turn it on. Okay. And we're going to do a quick little picture, but this is the thing. You're going to go and you can go to your Instagram or do a boomerang. You're going to do a fun thing. Oh my gosh, I just hopped off a training with 100 other besties. I just learned how I'm going to make a $5,000 bonus. Who wants to do that too? Okay. So now you guys all have something that you can post on your story. So we'll give it a minute. Everybody keep doing the awkward hands so you can keep dancing. Okay. You know, give people time to get their phones out, take their pictures. We're here for it. We're here for it. Okay. You better do it because you guys don't want me to sing. So that way, you gotta get the, we gotta have fun. Okay. We gotta have fun. So on the count of 3, if you have your phones out, go ahead and make that boomerang. I don't know who has it. I'm just gonna keep doing this. And then we're just gonna keep awkwardly looking at each other for a few more seconds. Okay, so I want you to go post that on your story, shout it out to the world. I'm going after a $5,000 bonus. I just hopped off an amazing training that's giving me the tools. It's flipped my mindset. Who wants to earn it with me? I promise you, you're gonna have some interest on that. So I love you guys. Thank you so much. If you have any other questions that we didn't cover, message one of us, comment on the post. I will get this recording up because I know that there were some team members that could not get on, but I can't wait to see how many of you are going to go Emerald in the next couple months. Like I've been sweating and I've had goosebumps the entire time because that's just how much excitement I have for this, because I just know that you guys are in the right place at the right time with the right team, and I am so blessed by you guys. So have a great night. We will see y'all again. We've got a power hour happening tomorrow night too, or maybe tomorrow day. I need to look at the time because I know it's the holiday. So we'll have that going, but you know, hop on those if you want that dedicated work session. That's a perfect time to just get those KPI things done if you have that time slot. So have a great night, everybody, and thank you to these amazing ladies that joined me. You guys were so powerful. It was awesome. All right, bye y'all.